Welcome back to the channel, TG Geek here again. Today, we're taking a look at the UtechSmart 6-in-1 USB-C hub. Now, something like this is ideal for devices such as iPad Pros, MacBooks, or even the Nintendo Switch. Anything that has a USB-C port and is capable of using all of the outputs that this has. You can also use this on a regular computer. Let's just say this mini PC here, you can plug it up in the front. You will get the extra ports as well as the networking, but things such as the HDMI output will not work. So the HDMI output will only work on laptops with USB-C like Thunderbolt support, Nintendo Switch, iPad Pro, I believe some Samsung phones. But yeah, this device is compatible with a lot of stuff, and maybe even the upcoming iPhone 15, since that's going to have USB Type-C. What I'm most excited to use this for is this is a fully fledged Nintendo Switch dock with USB ports, HDMI ports, charging, everything, and it can fit inside of a carrying case. So the full-size Switch dock, whenever you got to take your Switch places, look how big this is. It's kind of pointless to carry it around considering that the actual size of the circuitry is this big. So if you want to take your Switch somewhere, you can literally just throw this in the case with a charging cable, and you're pretty much set to hook it up to the TV anywhere. So going around the box, UtechSmart 6-in-1 USB hub. Full transparency, I was provided this product for review, but all my thoughts and opinions are my own, and no one is seeing this video before you guys. So getting into the box, so we are immediately greeted with the USB-C hub. And then once you get that out of the way, in the bottom of the box you have a warranty card, also an instruction manual. So the manual just kind of goes through the speed of the ports as well as what ports it has on board, what you can hook up to the ports, so on and so forth. Something pretty neat about this unit is if you just have it hooked up to power and then hooked up to your device, say the charging cable is hooked up to the Type-C hub and the Type-C hub is hooked up to your iPad or Switch, it will just act as a USB adapter to plug in flash drives, controllers, whatever, or you can even hook up the networking, but it won't output to a TV. But once you hook up an HDMI cable, then it automatically switches to that. So I found that was pretty cool. If you want to hook up wired controllers on your Switch and handheld mode or whatever, not super practical. I'd probably use this as a Switch dock, but you know, it's something that you can absolutely do. So going around the 6-in-1 USB hub, we have two USB 3.0 ports. On the end, we have a LAN port, a Ethernet port. I'm not entirely sure of the speed, but I'm sure that it says it in the manual. On the opposite side of the device, we have another USB 3.0 port, HDMI out, and USB-C in for power. Of course, we have the USB-C coming off of the hub itself to go into your device. So here is a full setup with a Nintendo Switch and the dock that comes with it, right? So this is pretty bulky, it's pretty large, and it really doesn't fit anywhere on this desk. That's why I normally don't have it right here. So let's just say we unplug the dock and leave the cables. Take something like this UtechSmart USB hub, plug it into the existing cables that you already have, and then, yeah, it just works perfectly. Now, if you would use your Switch with this, I'd recommend putting its screen down. That way the intake vents on the back can still breathe, and then your exhaust is on the top side of the unit. So airflow is probably better than the original dock. So we're in The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. And honestly, I don't feel any sort of lag or delay. And if I wouldn't have known that I was using this aftermarket hub as a dock, I honestly can't even tell. There's no lag, no delay, and it feels exactly the same. Now, the only thing that kind of concerned me a little bit was that the hub, whenever hooked up to a power cable, with no device connected to it, did get a little warm, even though there is no devices connected to it. So that's just something to be aware of. I'd probably not leave it connected at all times unless you're using it. But yeah, I just found that a little strange, that it was heating up with just a charging cable, but it wasn't outputting any video or anything like that. So that's how you can use this thing for gaming, but let's move on to more workstation tasks and productivity. So right here I have my iPad Pro. This screen is perfectly fine for taking notes, going on the web, watching videos, whatever. But let's just say you want to use your full keyboard and mouse with your iPad Pro and have it hooked up to this big monitor right here. Basically just turning your iPad into a dockable computer. So now it is functioning pretty much like a knockoff MacBook. We have full keyboard and mouse. We can browse the internet. We can still use the touchscreen to take notes if we really wanted to with the Apple Pen. But right now it is just functioning like a desktop computer, making this thing kind of akin to a Switch on the computer side of things. And the main thing that I would probably see myself using this for is, let's just say I have video footage that I need to edit, but I'm not around my desktop computer. I can simply just plug the flash drive with the SD card into this device here, hook it up to the iPad, and then get away with editing some videos in iMovie if I'm away from my computer, but I still have footage that I need to edit off of the SD card. And finally, like I mentioned earlier, you can hook this USB hub up to a computer with a USB-C connectivity port on the front and get the extra ports. So I can turn this USB-C port on my computer case into 3 USBs and Ethernet. However, the HDMI output will not do anything. So that's just something to be aware of. This is mainly meant for devices that have the capability of outputting video, and you just want to get the extra ports and whatnot. So my final verdict on the UtechSmart USB-C hub, coming in at $30 if you want to use it as a extremely small and portable Nintendo Switch dock. It is a great option for the price, considering that the Nintendo OEM dock goes for about $90 and it's absolutely massive. This is much cheaper. Now you still need to provide your own power cable as well as HDMI cable, but if you already have those, you're set. Now there are obviously much cheaper docks and USB-C hubs, and the thing with those is that there have been reports of them bricking people's devices. So while $30 is not the cheapest, I feel like it's probably the cheapest I would go with a charging Type-C hub like this, just to make sure there's some quality with it and it won't brick the device. And so far in my use with it, I've been very happy with it. It hasn't bricked any of my devices and it's worked exactly as I expected it to. Quality's pretty good. It has a aluminum shell all the way around with a pretty thick rubberized coating on the cable, and the USB-C cable also is wrapped in aluminum. So it feels very high quality and it feels like the same materials as, say, a MacBook if you would go and purchase something like that. So I've had great experience so far trying out this UtechSmart USB-C hub. So I don't have anything bad to say about it. Only thing was it kind of got warm even whenever there's no device connected to it. But honestly, just don't leave it plugged in. So yeah, honestly, really like the UtechSmart USB-C hub. Big thank you to them for providing the unit for me to make the video. But yeah, I really think it's a cool product, and it's definitely a better replacement for OEM docks and USB-C hubs, such as the Nintendo Switch dock and so on and so forth. If you want to check out the Amazon listing, I'll drop a link down below. And I believe that they even have a temporary coupon code if you guys are watching the video around the time that it's posted. So I'm going to throw that up on screen with the end date as well, if you want to go ahead and pick this up with a little discount. So a huge thank you to UtechSmart once again. I do have another mini PC review coming soon. Stay tuned for that. Specifically a Ryzen 7 3750H mini PC, and I'll be sure to have some emulation tests thrown in that as well. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. That's all from me. I'm out. Peace.